Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Saturday, and it is the beginning of the weekend. Even though it's the beginning of the weekend, Saturdays are a normal work day, as you know, around here at Feliz, while we are still trying to complete the construction here. Today, my task is I'm going to do a little bit of work on handrails from the basement up to the first floor. That's been a project that's been put on the side, and I need to get that and knock that out. It's not a real big task. I'm going to take it easy today. Not a lot of tasks are going to get done today. And our folks that are doing the stonework, the stone cladding on the fence, as you can hear from the saw back there, they are working this morning on that. They are moving quite fast around this side of the yard, the east side of the yard. Well, with that being said, I need to get today started and get something accomplished. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Yeah, Hapon's helping me with the handrail this morning. Are you helping me? Yeah? You helping? He's my moral support this morning. So anyway, what I decided to do today on the handrail, I decided to do it right. And the way to do it right is to do a nice manicured 90-degree angle from the handrail going to the wall. Now, since in a perfect world, all of your hinges, I don't have the hinges out here, or the mounting brackets, let's call it the mounting brackets that connect from the wall. Here, we'll take a look at what I'm talking about right here. Now, in a perfect world, as I was about to say, all of those would be exactly the same, but since these are handmade, they're all handmade, they're not perfect. Some push the handrail out just a little, maybe just a few millimeters away, further away from the wall than others. And you do the adjustment when you connect to the bottom of the handrail. You do the adjustment because you have a little bit of room. You have a few millimeters of room to move back and forth. So what I'm doing today is, you can see, I'm doing the 90-degree, cutting a 45-degree angle here on both of the handrail. And this section right here will go up against the wall. Now, what I did to basically allow for that difference in the size of each one of the mounting brackets, I made these long right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and attach these to the handrail. I'm going to secure them. I'm going to drill a hole through here. I'm going to do a screw mount, but before I do that, I'm going to put carpenter's glue on the inside, and I'm going to allow it to cure for 24 hours. And then what I'm going to do is, it'll be Monday or Tuesday, then I will get back to this project again. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and we'll start doing the mounting hardware on the wall, and then we'll adjust this. We'll come back out to the miter saw out here, and we'll adjust this so that we only have about 1 millimeter of gap between this corner right here and the wall, and it'll have a really nice finished look. So let me go ahead and do the mounting on both of these. And then we'll let it sit. And I'll probably, if I have time, and I should have time, I'll go ahead and start working on the already mounted handrail and make that same 90-degree two-wall connection. Okay, now this one is done. This hasn't been installed yet. This is the one that's going to go on the second layer of the platform. And you can see it came out nice. It just needs curing of the glue, and then some sanding, and then eventually some finishing on here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull off this handrail. I'm going to bring it down here, and then I'm going to cut the ends off for this as well. And this one I'll probably be able to mount back on here today, since the hardware is already mounted here. So hopefully I get to see what it looks like by the end of the day, and we just won't touch it. We'll let it cure for 24 hours, and we'll do some sanding on it as well. Well, it is lunchtime now, so I'm going to break. I'm going to make a sandwich, get something to eat, and then after lunch, I am scheduled to go down to our ironworks shop and have some work done on that caster. You know the casters that we're going to put on the bottom of both of these doors to help relieve some of the weight, and remember they're spring loaded. As a matter of fact, they are right here. And what you see I did here, I have some liquid nail on there, putting them into the correct placement. So what I did yesterday, I went on the bottom of the doors and I followed the track, and I put some liquid nail on there just as a temporary hold action. And I'm going to bring these down to the ironwork shop, and they're going to do spot welding around to make it where this doesn't turn like it would normally do if you were putting it on a gate. This is supposed to be like a gate out in your yard. But since this type of a gate, we don't want this to turn left or right, because if it turns, remember I said if it turns around back here, it's going to bang up against the door. So they're going to go ahead and spot weld this. It'll only allow it to track in one direction, and then we will do a mounting. Now there's something else I wanted to talk about. Now while I'm explaining to you what I'm trying to do, my approach to reducing some of the weight on the opposing side of the hinges, which all the weight is here, and that's why it's kind of dragging on the ground, and that's also why we have this gap up here, because all the weight is causing this frame to shift. Now one of the things you can do other than put the caster to relieve some of the weight is a thing called anti-sag gate kit. And basically what it is, there's a bracket that goes up in this corner, the high end near the hinge. There's a bracket that goes down at the very bottom right of the gate of the garage door. And then in between there is a threaded rod with a adapter that goes into the center that you can tighten up that threaded rod. Basically you're pulling this end of the door up towards that area, and that will relieve some of the stress on this portion of the door. And it also is used for corrections. If you have a gate that was working at one time, because I will tell you right now, all gates, all wooden gates that you will ever have, because of physics, because of gravity, they're going to slowly start dropping down, and it will get out of shape. It will start jamming. It will start making where you can't close it. So I would like to do that also on this. Put that piece here. But there lies the problem. You see this door right here, we have a door in a door. So I can't run from this corner here across this door down to this bottom area right here. So I have to come up with some other solution. I don't think if we ran from here to this point right here, it would be enough to reduce the weight. It would help with doing some of the correction of the frame of the door, getting out of frame, out of square. But it's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to reduce all the weight on this corner. So we're going to continue to look at other options to be able to make the store more square and less likely to go out of squareness over time. welding of the casters right now. I got the liquid nail around the bottom, and the liquid nail is flammable, so they have to keep blowing out the flame of the combustion of the liquid nail. Well, here it is, the end of the day. It's a little after 4:30, and I'm going to close here in just a minute because I need to get a shower. I have my same friends that came over a couple of weekends ago. Remember Henry, my German friend, and Jesse, my other neighbor here in the subdivision, and we are going to do the inauguration of the barbecue grill tonight. I think we're just going to cook up something like some brats or some hot dogs or something really simple right now, just to break it in and say we finally used it. Now, what I want to do is I want to do kind of an overview on what got done today. But before I do, I have one birthday shout out for today, October 20th. And that birthday shout out today goes to username Droids, ending in a Z, DC. And it's for his mother. It's his mother's birthday today, and it's Priscilla Dela Cruz. So anyway, to you, Priscilla, I want to wish you a happy birthday. Oh, what a beautiful beginning to what's going to be hopefully a really enjoyable evening. I have some guests coming over. You remember my friends Henry and Jesse that came over 2 weeks ago, and we kind of broke in the lawn furniture on the patio in the back. Well, tonight we're going to break in the gas grill. We're doing the inauguration, the first inauguration of the gas grill in the back. We're going to do some kind of burn, probably some bratwurst, or maybe some hot dogs. I think we're going to limit to that. We're going to do a light break-in, and then later on we'll bring in the heavy-duty stuff like some steaks or something like that. That's for later on this evening. If I have enough light, I'll try to capture some of it, but the camera doesn't do really good in low-light situations. Also, let's see. Oh, so I went down to my Ironworks folks. That's where I was gone for about a little over an hour this afternoon, and they fixed. You saw them doing the welding of the casters, so they got that done. That's all completed, and I won't install those until I do a little bit of checkup on the doors themselves. Now, I drew up this little, you see this little diagram right here, and now I showed them the diagram, and it's basically what I want to do is I want to do a correction because of the weight of the door. This is what you can do to fix a door to when it's sagging, and let me show you what it looks like. So what I have this drawing I drew out here, and I have a little bracket here and a bracket here. This is the center of the doors. This is where it's sagging. It's dropping down here because of the weight of the door. And what I'm going to have them do, I'm going to have them weld some threaded rod here. They call it GI threaded rod, galvanized threaded rod, and we're going to weld it to a little bracket up here, and then we're going to get a turnbuckle, and we're going to put a turnbuckle, and we're going to tighten it up. And what that will do, that will lift this up a little bit, that will straighten this, that will close up that gap a little bit up in the top. Now the dilemma is we can't do it on this side because we have this silly door. Well, it's not a silly door. I like this door. I designed this door inside here, but we can't run from this corner across the door opening to this corner over here. So I got to come up with another solution for this. But this will fix the problem with any sagging. This will bring this up in this corner a little bit. This will prevent it from sagging over time. On top of that, we'll put both of the casters on the bottom, and it will take care of that. Now let's go down into the stairwell from the basement going up to the first floor, and I'll show you the handrails that I worked on today. Now on the handrail, you see, I finally got the decorative corner trim piece on here. I got it on here, I got it on the top. So I just have to do some sanding, and we'll do some staining and do some light finishing on this. Actually, my contractor's supposed to do that because this is part of the contract to do the handrails in here. This corner's done, and you see now we have a handrail on the second level going from this platform up stairs. So this is installed. It's nice and tight. This one actually came out better on both ends than this one right here. So I'm really happy with the way. So this is done. Again, need to do some finishing on this as well. As you recall, all the work being done out here, other than my gardener doing gardening, the stonework on the fence posts. And you're going to be surprised how much of that work was accomplished today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a drone shot right now, how much was done on the outside. Remember, they were just to, around this point right here yesterday, not very far. Actually very far, further than I expected them to be, but I want you to see how much they did today. So let's take a look at today's drone footage. Now, wasn't that incredible? How much of the stonework they got done along the fence? I'm really super happy about that. So I can see if they keep going at that rate right there, there's a good chance by the end, by this time next week, everything will be done on that. All the fence work is done, and next thing, focus of attention is going to be this area right here. You know, we got to cut this down just a little bit. One concrete hollow block down. We have to build an identical one over here, and then we have to do, you see the pebble rock that lines everything for all the retaining wall. We got to continue doing the pebble rock here, and also on the top of the planter. Both planters are going to have the pebble rock as well. And then it's going to be time, we're going to put some kind of small trees, some really nice ornamental trees in both of these two planters here. Well, again, it's the weekend, and I'm going to have to close out for now. Remember, tomorrow is a trip to Alabang, I believe is where we're going to. I looked up where Ashley Furniture, and the closest Ashley Furniture is in Alabang. And also the other places that I want to go visit anyway for shopping, some building supply stores, are also in Alabang. And it's mainly going to be furniture shopping for tomorrow and exploration. I love doing exploring. Well, anyway, I'm going to close for now, and I will see you all tomorrow. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed, and you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, you have a wonderful and blessed weekend.